Hello there. Thank you for trying the food cost calculator. In this video, I will share with you how to fully use it. First off, when you download the file, you have to right-click it, select Properties. In General, over here, click on Unblock and OK. This will enable macros which you would need for the file to be operational. After you do that, open the file. You got the security warning over here. Click on Enable Content. The first sheet is the summary sheet, and you will see the recipes. The file comes with sample data from an Italian restaurant. It has chicken, grilled lemon, pizza dough, margarita, as some example recipes that you can use or delete. So the file is mostly protected. So if you try to change something that you should not change, you're going to see this message. This is enabled to ensure that the file structure and functionality works, so you cannot destroy it. So that's the summary. It's going to always update. You can see information here, and you have two buttons. Start Fresh, which if you click has this message. We'll look at that in a second. And Help, that if you click, will bring you to this tutorial, which I'm not going to press. Let's move on to the two sheets that are available. Update Database, where you can create recipes or update existing recipes, or the ingredients database. So in the ingredients database, basically you have a list of ingredients with the purchased quantity, the unit of measure, what was the price. It's going to show you the price per unit of measure. And if you want to convert between weight and volume and each, you have to fill out this table. You can search for items. Let's say I want to search for something. You can see it will just let me search. Okay, doesn't have to start with that. Okay, you get the idea. So you fill in the purchase quantity, you select the unit of measure, which is a closed list. You define the price for that quantity, and it will calculate automatically the purchase. Again, if you want to change things that you're not supposed to, it's not going to allow you. So just stick with the search, these areas, and these areas. So for example, this line means that you bought a carrot for 50 cents, and you're saying that 1 carrot is equal to 2 kilograms. So you could build recipes using kilograms or number of carrots. Okay, or this example, human seeds, I bought a cup for $15. It can be also not full number, so I can 1.5 cups at $15. That's $10 per cup. And if I convert it, it's 1.5 liters or 300 grams or 3 each. Okay, so if I have something like this, I'll be able to later use it with any unit of measure. So after I'm going to clear the database, I'm going to show you how to just fill this out with your information. In the update database, you have a list of recipes that you can select, which are already existing. And what's nice is that you can use sub-recipes. So for example, I have pizza dough. Pizza dough itself is a recipe. So if I select pizza dough, it's going to pull all the data for pizza dough. So pizza dough, this is the recipe I have. And later, once I create the sub-recipe, I can just use it in other recipes as you saw. So just an example here, which is a good example, you can see my recipe has selected white flour, and I can add things, of course, and you can start typing like before, and it's going to give you those. But let's say I have the recipe says I need 350 grams of white flour, 95% yield. That's going to cost me 92 cents because the ingredient unit of measure is kilograms, and it's going to convert the $2.5 per kilogram to the 350 grams divided by the yield. And these are all calculations that you cannot update. Of course, these are password protected, so you can't ruin them. But anyway, you can see that I convert from kilograms to grams, cups to milliliters, etc., etc. And of course, if I have a recipe that has something with each, then it could also work as long as it exists over here. If you try something that doesn't exist, let's say I would do this. you're going to get that message that something doesn't work, and you're going to see a lot of NAs. That's just going to tell you that that combination cannot exist. So anyway, let's say I created a pizza margherita. I list all of the materials. I used a sub recipe. Then I define my target food cost. Could be 38%, could be 41%, whatever I want. Let's say 40%. How many servings will this menu item be? 8, 10, 6, whatever. Then I have a buffer, which I can use just to increase the price. And I also have VAT, the tax that I can use. It doesn't have to be, so it could be 0. So whatever you want to use. And you get a target price for serving and the total cost. So once you have that, you can click on Update Recipe. That's going to update the database for this item. Now, you can click on Clear Sheet. That's just going to give you a fresh, clean slate. You can delete a recipe and you can update recipes. Update recipes means that if now you change something, let's say now instead of $5 per 200 gram, it's $4 per 200 gram, and you want to change all the menu items, you can go over here and click on Update Recipes. That's going to loop through all the items and update the prices. So that process is going to take a while, so just make sure that you have some patience before you do that. Let me show you how easy it is to duplicate a menu item. Let's say I have pizza margherita. I want to use that as a base. I'm going to call this pizza MR. I don't know what that means. So even though it's a new name, it doesn't exist, it doesn't delete anything. So it keeps my base, which is pizza margherita, and I can just change things. Let's say this is more cheese, less that. I don't want the salt. Okay, it doesn't really make sense, but whatever. So you see it's a different price. It's a different, or you know what, let's add, what do I have here? Garlic. Let's say garlic. Can't do liters. Probably can't do grams, so I will use each. Okay, give it a 98% yield. All right, so I got a different product here. And once I click update recipes, update recipe, now it will appear. I have that pizza MR over here, which was based on margherita, which was very easy to do. Let's say I made a mistake. I don't want this at all. So I either change and click update recipe, or I can click delete recipe. Gonna get this pop-up message, and it no longer appears here. So we covered what you can do over here, and we covered what you can do over here. And last thing is the Start Fresh button, just to show you. Click on Start Fresh. You're basically going to lose all your data. I don't have any recipes to show. I don't have any ingredients to select. It's all blank. So I've got to start fresh. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email and we will get back to you. Have a great day.